As software engineers, software developers, our role involves solving problems, day to day problems that people face. But one of the challenges that we face is that when we're tasked with doing this, we usually look at things in a very narrow way. We look at one very narrow part of the problem or the existing solution and we try to replace it without looking at the issue in a bigger context. What do I mean by this? To give you an example, imagine a doorman in a hotel. Imagine when you are asked, how can you replace a doorman? As a software engineer or as a technologist, the first solution that we'll usually think about is, oh, okay, what does a doorman do? A doorman opens the door for guests that come in. And the way we define it in a narrow way is we look at just that responsibility of opening and closing the door. And we try to automate that. So, how do you automate that? For example, you add or you introduce a revolving door to the hotel. But does that actually solve the problem? You see, you only looked at one single aspect of the problem. Because if you think about it carefully, a doorman doesn't just open the door. A doorman can be there for security. A doorman can be there for recognition. Some luxury hotels, their guests desire recognition and respect and the prestige of having somebody open the door, smile at them, the human connection, right? So there are lots of aspects that one needs to consider. It's not just about looking at things from a single dimension. You need to look at the human aspect and not just the main function, right? The main function is usually the thing that is the most obvious to us when we think about the problem. That's the main thing that people um, relate with, right? So in this case, a doorman, he opens and closes the door, but that's not it. That's not all there is to it, right? So we need to always think about more than one dimension when we're trying to solve a problem. We need to think about, or when we're trying to replace an existing thing that a human does, for example. And that's one of the dangers. Even with the introduction of new AI technologies, I strongly believe the human aspect is one of the things that AI wouldn't be able to replace. At least, I don't believe it will be able to do so anytime soon. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Take care.